Being a platypus makes no sense. Not just a little bit, completely, utterly, bafflingly. If you tried to invent an animal in a fever dream, you might come up with me. I am the living, breathing result of evolution throwing a bunch of spare parts into a blender and hitting hi. I'm a patchwork quilt of contradictions, a walking, swimming puzzle that has had scientists scratching their heads for centuries. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's what makes me, well, me. Let's start with the most famous contradiction. I lay eggs. Little, leathery, reptile-like eggs. You might think, okay, so you're a bird or maybe a lizard. Nope, I'm a mammal. A card-carrying, fur-covered, warm-blooded mammal. My kind, the monotremes, are a tiny, exclusive club of mammals that decided laying eggs was still a pretty good idea. It's an ancient trait, a throwback to a time when the lines between mammal, reptile, and whatever else were a lot blurrier. After my little platypups, or puggles, hatch from these eggs, they need milk. But here's the next twist in my bizarre story. I don't have nipples, not a single one. So how do I feed my babies? The milk just oozes out of pores in my skin, collecting in grooves on my belly for the puggles to lap up. Imagine a milk sweat fountain. It's weird, it's messy, but it gets the job done. I'm a mother, but in a way that would make every other mammal tilt its head in confusion. Now, let's talk about my looks. It's clear the Evolutionary Design Committee couldn't agree on a theme. They gave me this fabulous bill, soft and rubbery like a duck's, but it's not for quacking. It's a super sensor. We'll get to its shocking secret in a moment. Then they slapped on a tail, broad and flat, that looks like it was borrowed from a beaver. It's great for steering in the water and for storing fat reserves for when times get tough. My feet are a masterpiece of dual-purpose engineering. They have webbing that stretches out to turn them into powerful paddles for swimming, but when I'm on land, the webbing retracts, revealing sharp claws perfect for digging burrows in the riverbanks. I'm an amphibious multi-tool, equally at home in the murky depths of a creek and the muddy comfort of my den. I waddle a bit awkwardly on land like a sailor just back from a long voyage, but in the water, I am grace itself, a streamlined torpedo of fur and purpose. When I slip into the water, the world as you know it disappears for me. I'm not just going for a swim, I'm entering my own private sensory dimension. As I dive, special folds of skin cover my eyes and ears, and valves seal my nostrils shut. I am effectively blind, deaf, and unable to smell. So how do I find my dinner of wriggling insect larvae, shrimp, and worms at the bottom of a dark, muddy river? The answer lies in my bill. Yes, the duck-like thing. It's not just for show. It's a highly sophisticated biological radar system. My bill is covered in tens of thousands of receptors that can detect the tiniest electrical fields. Every time a shrimp flicks its tail or a grub twitches a muscle, it generates a minuscule spark of bioelectricity. I can sense that. I can see it. It's like navigating the world through a screen of shimmering electrical ghosts. I sweep my head from side to side, painting a picture of my surroundings with lightning. This sense, called electroreception, is incredibly rare among mammals. It's more common in sharks and rays, but I made it my own. I don't need eyes to see my prey. I feel their very life force. It's a superpower that turns the darkest riverbed into a vibrant, flashing buffet. And just when you think I couldn't possibly get any stranger, there's another little surprise, at least for the males of my species. We're venomous. Not the, oh, that stings a bit venomous. We're talking excruciating hospital visit, I wish I could just chop my own limb off venomous. On each of our hind legs, the males have a sharp, hollow spur connected to a venom gland. This isn't for hunting, it's for fighting other males during mating season. The venom cocktail is a complex brew of proteins that causes immediate, severe pain and swelling that can last for weeks, even months. It's so potent that it can be fatal to smaller animals like dogs. And while it won't kill a human, it will make them wish it had. Painkillers like morphine are often completely ineffective against it. We are one of the very, very few mammals on the entire planet to wield venom. It's a trait you'd expect from a snake or a spider, not a furry, egg-laying, milk-sweating creature like me. But again, I don't play by the rules. When European scientists first got their hands on a platypus specimen back in the late 1700s, they thought they were being pranked. They were utterly convinced it was a fake. It seemed so obvious that some mischievous taxidermist in the Far East had taken the bill of a duck and crudely stitched it onto the body of something like a beaver or a mole. The British zoologist George Shaw, one of the first to examine a preserved skin, even took a pair of scissors and tried to snip the stitches off the bill, certain he would expose the fraud. But there were no stitches. I was real. The sheer absurdity of my existence was too much for the rigid scientific categories of the day. I didn't fit. Was I a bird? A reptile? A mammal? I was a biological paradox that defied every neat little box they tried to put me in. For years, the debate raged. I was a living question mark, a creature that forced the brightest minds in biology to rethink everything they thought they knew about the animal kingdom. Eventually, they had to accept the truth. I wasn't a joke, a hoax, or a mistake. I was and am a testament to the wild, unpredictable creativity of nature. My strange combination of features is a snapshot of deep evolutionary history, a mosaic of ancient traits and bizarre new adaptations that have allowed me to thrive in my unique niche for millions of years. I am a survivor from a forgotten branch of the mammalian family tree, a living fossil that walks among you. I am a reminder that the world is far weirder and more wonderful than we can imagine. I wasn't a joke. I was proof that evolution doesn't care about your categories.